आई अगेन वेलकम यू। प्यारे विद्यार्थियों, एक बार फिर आपका स्वागत है। मैं कॉन्सेप्ट पे फोकस कर रहा हूँ एंड कवरिंग द एनसीईआरटी सिलेबस, taking all the material from NCERT book, organizing it in a systematic way, and then presenting before you. So each and every aspect I am covering it. After going through these videos, if you check the NCERT book, you will find that every aspect is covered by me. तो आइए देखते हैं कि इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड के बारे में और क्या नई जानकारी आपको मैं दे सकता हूँ और इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स को किस तरह बेहतर ढंग से आपको समझा सकता हूँ कि सिस्टमेटिक तरीके से लॉजिकल वे में आप कॉन्सेप्ट को समझ सकें। तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं। इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स और देखें और क्या है इसमें। सारे तरफ से इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स में समझाने की कोशिश करता हूँ आपको। हर कॉन्सेप्ट मैंने इनकॉर्पोरेट किया है और स्टूडेंट्स एनसीईआरटी से ही सारा ये कॉन्सेप्ट पिक किया है और बहुत ही अच्छी बुक है एनसीईआरटी। और इस तरह से प्रेजेंटेशन है कि हमारा जो लॉजिकल थिंकिंग है वो कंटिन्यू चलती है। Now dependence of flux on the inclination theta between E and n cap. Now how the flux is dependent on inclination. As in the case of liquid flow, that was V ds cos theta. Electric flux was V ds cos theta, dependence on theta. Same figure I have taken from liquid flow, same figure. This is area element exactly perpendicular to the electric field. Now these arrows are showing electric field, not velocity. As in case of liquid, we treated these arrows as velocity. Here these arrows are electric field intensity. So here one area element is exactly perpendicular to the electric field intensity, another area is little tilted, inclined at theta degree from the direction of electric field. Delta is the area element and this red arrow is the perpendicular drawn on the surface. N cap is the unit vector along the perpendicular. If we multiply this n cap with delta, we will get area vector. E is the intensity of electric field. So let us understand this first, this case. Here theta is 0. Theta is angle between electric field and the area vector, or say n cap. Both are in same direction, theta is 0. And compared to liquid flow, there was also same case. What was liquid flux? V ds cos theta. When theta is 0, what was flux? V ds. And that was the case 1. There also. When area element was perpendicular to the flow, here also theta is 0. Same concept. But here these arrows are showing the electric field lines or direction of electric field. Red perpendicular arrow showing the direction of area vector. That is, direction is given by n cap. What is in this box? Area vector. What is area vector? Again I am repeating, area is a scalar quantity, but we call it area vector because here area plays some role as vector, because direction of electric field lines we are taking from the area. So area element ds at point O. The area element vector ds at point on a closed surface. is delta S into n cap. So area vector, this, this area element is a smallest segment of the area on a closed surface, part of it. To make this delta as vector, we multiply it by n cap, it becomes area vector. So where delta S is the magnitude of the area of element, n cap is the unit vector in the direction of outward normal at that point. Now see whether surface is charged by negative charge or whether positive charge. N cap is perpendicular to the area element outwardly. N cap is always outward. This is the convention. Area element is perpendicular to the surface outward direction. Now case 1, this is case 1. The number of field lines crossing this area element will be proportional to product of electric field intensity at this point and area element. So the number of electric field lines crossing this area element will be proportional to the product of electric field intensity at this point and the area delta S of the area element. नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड लाइंस इस एरिया एलिमेंट से जो क्रॉस हो रही हैं वो किसके प्रोपोर्शनल होंगी, इस पॉइंट पर इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेंसिटी और इस एरिया एलिमेंट जो है उसके एरिया के प्रोडक्ट के. इफ थीटा इज 0, दिस ई डेल्टा एस is when theta is 0. And remember and recall case of liquid flow. What was the flux? VDS in first case. So here this E delta is the electric flux. So here E delta S is equivalent to electric flux, as in case of liquid flow. VDS was equivalent to liquid flux. Here E delta S is equivalent to electric flux, but we are saying that this is proportional to E delta S. So what will be the exact value of electric flux? Let us go through second case. This is second case. Again this area is delta S. Again area of this area element is delta S. And see, this is the normal perpendicular now, and this is the direction of electric field. There is angle theta between n cap area vector and the direction of electric field or direction of field lines. Now recall the concept in case of liquid flow. Same case was there. So what was the result there? V ds cos theta. So here replace V by E. E ds cos theta should be the result. So in case second, what is the condition? This angle is less than 90, greater than 0, not 0. 0 is 0, we have discussed this here already. 90 we will discuss later. So in case 2, what is the result? Now here again we need area perpendicular to the electric field, as in case of the liquid flux. Requirement was the area perpendicular to the velocity. So we took the delta S cos theta. Here again, the area component which is perpendicular to the electric field in second case is delta S cos theta. So if this is the condition, second condition, the area element perpendicular to the electric field intensity will be d delta S cos theta. So what will be the flux? Flux will be the what will be the flux? Flux will be, or say number of field lines crossing perpendicularly will be proportional to the product of E and delta S cos theta. Again, this is electric flux, but here we are saying that proportional to. Why? We will deal this why in coming slides. But remember, this is electric flux. So this E in bracket ds cos theta can also be written like this, E cos theta ds. What is the meaning of this E cos theta ds? E cos theta delta S. So either take the component of area perpendicular to the electric field, or take the component of the electric field parallel to the normal. So E cos theta, here see, component of area in the direction of electric field is delta cos theta, but component of electric field in the direction of this n cap will be E cos theta. So two approaches are there. Either take the component of area element perpendicular to the electric field, or take the component of electric field along the direction of normal to the area element. In both the cases we will get the electric flux. Now theta is equal to 90 is remaining here. Now definition of electric flux. So how can we define it? This is very simple. We have already defined it. Just finalizing. Change in delta. So delta phi is electric flux, or change in electric flux, you can say, is a product of electric field and component of area perpendicular to the electric field. Or we can say this is a product of component of electric field intensity along the normal and the area of area element, both the ways. So in both the cases we see that this is a scalar product of electric field vector and the area vector, dot product, E dot delta S. This thing we can write in this way, E into delta S perpendicular to the E, or E perpendicular to the delta S. This is a product, same, we can write like this. Same figure. This is electric field intensity in direction of arrows, same figure. This is delta S, same. This is perpendicular to the surface, unit vector, normal to the area element, making theta angle with the direction of electric field. Theta is less than 90 degree, greater than 0 degree, not 0. Here in this case, same area element, but area element is exactly perpendicular. N cap is the unit vector along the normal, and theta is here 0. Same, I am repeating same thing. So here in this case, electric flux E dot ds, delta phi is equal to E dot ds. But in this case, these are the result. Electric flux related with this small area element is delta phi, and which is product of scalar product of E vector and area vector delta S. And for this delta phi is equal to E into ds. Now third case. Now third case is left. What is that? This is the area element. And see, electric field lines are parallel to the area element. So now E is parallel to D delta S. Here is the unit vector, n cap, area vector. N cap is the direction of area vector. This is perpendicular to the surface. Now what is the situation? See, angle between n cap and E. See, angle between n cap and E is 90 degree. Theta is 90. So if we put theta 90 here, what will be the flux associated with this small area element ds is 0. Delta phi is 0. So now if area element is perpendicular to the electric field lines, electric flux is very high, maximum we can say. If area element is tilted or inclined with the E, this is not the maximum. In between means this is less than of EDS in this case. If theta is greater than 0 degree and less than 90 degree. But if plane, or say if area element is parallel to the electric field, no flux crosses, and this is clear, no line is crossing perpendicularly, just touching and going. And I repeat again, there is no material flowing here. There is no physical quantity flowing here as in case of the liquid. There was liquid, but here nothing is flowing, just the concept, because electric field lines are imaginary, they are not flowing. So for a closed surface with the convention stated already, theta is the angle between E, theta is the angle between E and the outward normal, or say angle between n cap and E. N cap is the outward normal to the area element. So I am repeating again here. So electric flux is the total number of electric field lines passing normally through the area or surface. This is the definition of electric flux. Now, process of calculation of electric flux through closed surface. How? Steps. Look at figure 1. See this figure? This is three-dimensional figure. To calculate the flux through closed surface, this total closed surface, what are the steps? We divide surface into small area elements, and this delta S is one of such element. So first thing, we divide surface into small area elements. ds is one of that element, and we draw a normal at this point, and n cap is the unit vector along normal, or you can say this is the direction of area vector ds or delta S. Second, now see the second figure. This point is explained in second figure. This is ds, delta S small area element, n cap is perpendicular outwardly. So what is delta S vector? This is n cap multiplied by delta S. So what is area vector delta S? This is delta S multiplied by unit vector n cap along the normal. So delta S area vector is delta S into unit vector n cap along the normal outward. Now calculate the flux at each element. So how much flux will be linked with this small element? Delta phi. And we know this is E vector dot delta S vector. Scalar product. That is E ds cos theta. Now, what will be the total flux? Add the electric flux linked with all such small elements which we have created on the surface. By adding all the fluxes, total flux with this closed surface will be approximately equal to summation of all delta phi's, or say summation of ds cos theta, or say summation of E ds cos theta. Why this approximately equal? Because we have taken, why this is approximate sign is there? Because electric field is taken to be constant over the small area element. We have taken E as constant for a small area element, but you know E is not constant in such cases. E is variable, but here we have taken E constant for all such elements. You imagine it, direction will be different. Why we are taking E as constant? But we have taken E constant for that particular small segment only. So that's why we can't say confidently that phi is summation E dot ds. Phi is summation vector E dot vector ds. This is approximately. So how can we calculate exactly? We apply concept of integration. For this, we take delta S approaching to 0 for very infinitely small area element. Then this converts to the exact phi is equal to integration scalar product of E vector dot area vector, that is integration E ds cos theta over the surface. Phi is exactly equal to integration of scalar product of E and delta S. So this is, student, completion of this module. I hope you will appreciate and like my channel, subscribe my channel and share this video to your friends. So till next video, bye bye, take care, thank you.